Hello, my name is Emily. Last year I had my first heart transplant, and now I'm a member of a large, hidden community of kids who live with heart disease. Let me tell you our story. Every year, more than 40,000 American children are born with heart disease. For us, living with a damaged heart is a daily struggle that will last a lifetime. If you're a child with heart disease, the hospital can become a way of life.
It's painful. I mean, they're away from their friends, they're away from their families, they're isolated here.
You know, life is supposed to just be starting. You're supposed to have a whole life ahead of you. And then to find out, I'm sorry, you're dying, you need to do this, otherwise you're not going to make it. It's horrifying.
People say, are you scared of it? And I always say no, because it's the only thing I've ever known.
In addition to the uncertain future that all of us with heart problems face, our days at the hospital are filled with the very real pain of surgeries, intubations, IVs, and injections.
After I came out of ICU, I was like a pincushion. I had needles in my arm, I had in my hand, I had blood transfusion, a bunch of crazy stuff.
Because I have really bad veins, and it's difficult to get an IV in.
The needles, they're not painful. They just sting when they go in.
There was one child who was so afraid of having more shots and more blood draws that he did go home and he did die because he didn't want to have his blood drawn again. He had had it.
Pacemakers, valve replacements, stent insertions, transplants. We've seen it all.
The worst part of surgery is not knowing what's going to happen or what's going on.
They put you out like a light bulb, and they cut through your sternum with a bone saw, and then they cut out your heart, stitch someone else's in there. It really hurts. It does.
I'm never really scared about my heart, because if it's going to happen, it's going to happen. There's nothing I can do about it.
On my bad days, I'm like, you know what? September 1st through the 5th, I'm going to be so happy. I'm going to be up in Catalina Island. Nobody's going to be here but my true friends.
For us, Camp del Corazon on Catalina Island is a special place where we can forget our troubles and relax.
Camp del Corazon is amazing!
What we really want to do for these children is allow them to be just a little bit more normal and let them know that if they try and do things, they will find something they can do and somewhere where they can succeed.
Through the years, you get really hurt, and then you come here, and then your life turns into a new slate, and you try to do more things that you couldn't do before.
Camp del Corazon is like really fun. You get to do stuff like rock climbing and ropes up high, like 20 feet off the ground. It's so incredible to us.
But beyond the simple joys of summer fun and games, Camp del Corazon is a place where we help each other heal.
The main reason Camp del Corazon is good for my heart is because I get to hang out with other kids with heart conditions just like me.
Camp del Corazon has helped me learn how to live more and how to relax a little more, how to be okay with this whole situation. Because, you know, before last year, I had never been really sick in my entire life.
Being here is like being with your own people, you know? I've made the best friends here. They're really a lot like my family, and I accept them as my family. And it's made the biggest difference in the world for me.
Every year, more and more kids want to come, but the camp on Catalina Island has limited space. So to keep up, Camp del Corazon expands by adding new programs.
Camp del Corazon is not just a summer camp. It's year-round programs for children to stay together, to live together, to share fears, concerns, a place where they grow up together.
Throughout the year, camp provides a chance for young survivors of heart disease to learn about the issues we face as we become adults. 2 years ago, CDC started hosting an annual ski weekend at California's Mammoth Mountain. For some of us, the high altitude's a real challenge, but that's what Camp del Corazon's all about. pushing our limits.
We were skiing, I did jumps, it was fun.
And we always feel safe with so many doctors and nurses around. Every spring, Camp Del Corazon puts on a symposium for families at Universal Studios. While the adults learn more about coping with heart disease, the kids live it up on the studio tour. Last May, Camp Del Corazon went western in the hills above Malibu at Cottontail Ranch.
Look at that. Look at that.
I'm Emily and I got 1,000,000 pieces of gold. We've been having a great time. All the activities have been a lot of fun.
The pool is like so warm. Plus we have horses. You cannot beat the horses.
I was kind of scared because it was my first time.
It's just amazing that you actually get to be on an animal and have a walk.
Good job, Trent. You're a champ.
Within easy driving distance of Los Angeles, Cottontail Ranch welcomed kids who are unable to travel to Catalina, like 12-year-old Chelsea.
She has a very rare, progressive disease that's affecting not only her muscles in her arms and her legs, but also her heart, and ultimately it is a fatal disease. Her willingness to try everything, I think, is probably one of the things that is the most extraordinary to me.
There you go. Oh,
good job.
Good job. I think that's what this camp is all about, giving each kid an opportunity.
But with more and more kids wanting to attend, how will they find room for all of us?
The biggest challenge I face as I look towards the future for Camp Del Corazon is one, trying to find a campsite that will serve our population of children, and having the money to be able to sustain that site.
Thanks to your support, Camp Del Corazon has become an amazing place for kids with heart disease, a place to relax and heal and learn, and above all, a place to have fun in a community of kids just like us.
It means so much that we just couldn't live without it.
Please help so that Camp Del Corazon can continue to be a safe haven for any child with heart disease who wants to come.
I know that we'll never have to turn a child away from Camp Del Corazon, and I know that we'll find a campsite to serve more children, but we really need your help.
On behalf of all of these children, I would like to thank you for your generous support, for the invaluable difference you've made in their lives.
That somebody would get the idea to get all of us together to do this, I think that's one of the greatest things in the world.
I finally feel like I fit in.
I love Camp Del Corazon.
Thank you, sponsor!
Please, make another year of dreams come true for the kids of Camp Del Corazon. I thank you, and the children thank you, from the bottom of our hearts.